Yep. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah, I love sleep.
fuck.
Sleeping's awesome.
Did you start the stream already? Holy. You're good, you're good.
Needed a monster.
Want me to look? All right. Beautiful.
Remnant one's better. We're gonna talk about it. Hmm.
I think
I
Remnant
do,
2 is
man.
a good deal better, and we're gonna
Well, it looks
talk
like we're
about
gonna
it.
have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I agree with you on the classes. The classes were kind of, I don't want to say lame, but they were not very well fleshed out in Remnant 1. I will admit that I played the game solo dolo, and I also kind of ran through it. I was recommended by my cousin who got me into the Dark Souls franchise, so I trusted him, and I just thought it was possibly one of the most forgettable games that I've played that has Souls mechanic. No, it was not bad. It was not bad. It was just forgettable. I could tell you two bosses' names off memory, off the dome. That's that's the end and the Harrow. Can you tell me any other than those two? I'm sure Grady can. Grady's gonna start rattling them off. Um, I don't know. I just it. I also played it on the regular difficulty, which was a mistake. Um, my favorite part of the playthrough of Remnant 2 with you guys was that compared to the first playthrough that we played on the regular difficulty, it was significantly harder. Like we struggled on some bosses, and that was and it was fun to struggle. Jimmy didn't like to struggle the last night. My God, the ability to walk after that boss fight, after the final boss. Wow. Grady, do you want to tell us about your history with it and also list off some bosses?
Um. Okay. So I mean, the first one was, in my opinion, better. I do think that the only things that Remnant 2 did better was boss weapons and I just want to say boss weapons and classes. I think Remnant 1 had a better world design first of all, better bosses, more memorable bosses, more
Wait,
memorable
Remnant One did?
bosses.
Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, it did. And Remnant 2, I don't know, I just felt like it was more linear. I thought Remnant 2 was more linear, and I hated how it kept looping back to that same fucking labyrinth over and over. That shit was kind of annoying. I didn't like how the entire game was situated in those like first four rooms of that labyrinth. I thought it was very short. I thought the first one had more replayability, better DLCs. It was longer. History with it, I ran through it solo. Then I ran through it with my friend Matthew. And then I ran through it with Tom. Then I ran through it with Tom on Apocalypse. Then we played shit ton of survival mode. So I got to fight every boss multiple times, at least a dozen times each. I mean, I can't really say anything else about it. I think Remnant One's just better.
We did. We did almost all of it. We missed we missed two bosses of the DLC.
That brings
Oh.
me to another thing. I hated how the Remnant 2 DLC was tied in to like the main story. I didn't know if I was in a DLC area or if I was in the story or not. Remnant 1 did a very good job of separating the DLCs from the main game. So it like when I was in a DLC area, I was able to appreciate it more because I knew I was in a DLC area.
Was that maybe just an issue of not playing through the first game completely?
What
Or
do you
so
mean
not
not
playing
playing?
not sorry, not playing the second game fully the first time you played, the first run through with.
I mean, I'm sure once I experience more of it, I'll come to appreciate it more. But I mean, the issue's still gonna stand that the DLCs are tied into the main game. Like they're just kind of like they're not separated at all. They have no separation. Like
But
we got there purely by accident. You can't really do that in the first game.
wasn't it pretty badass just running into Bruin though?
I mean, yeah, dude, they
It
had
did.
some. It did lead to something, but when I'm trying to enjoy a game, I want to be able to appreciate the main game for the main game and the DLC for the DLC. Now, like my memories of Remnant 2 are all kind of intertwined. I don't know shit about the DLC or the story of it or anything about it,
No
to be
clue.
honest.
I have no clue. Um, he's right behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, no, I both games have the
Oh,
shittiest story I've probably ever
I
played
think
in
the
any game.
story,
I hate the story.
if we weren't trash talking the story out the whole time, it would have been fine. Yeah.
The
So is every
voice acting
Superman movie,
isn't
and
good.
you like the Superman
The
movies, Jimmy.
story's not there. Every NPC I talk to, I feel like they're just yapping until I can click buy item or craft item or whatever else.
You
Like
liked
they're
Mudtooth.
just speaking empty words to me.
You liked Mudtooth. All right, yeah. What are you doing?
The masked dude in the second one, you have to wait 15 seconds for him to put his fucking writing board down and get up from his chair. To even talk
He
to him.
scribbles, you want something?
Dude, like cool character design. Let me buy shit. I don't care.
It is cool character design, though. I liked him. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, It said his name in the very last scene.
Fucking, what do we call him? We called him something.
And
It wasn't even his name. We just kept calling it because he said it all the time. Anomaly. That's what it
no,
was.
we were the anomaly.
Yeah.
Um, I think that the idea of your whole journey, your whole playthrough being kind of meaningless is a good ending. I could not tell you the ending of the story of Remnant 1. I couldn't tell you most of the story of Remnant 2. I think that's fine. The I would like a good ending though. At least a memorable one.
Yeah.
I might have put my hands down and just
The
walked away.
best Remnant One boss was the final boss, if not like the top three boss. We're talking about the nightmare dude, right? Like
But there's
he's like
Dreamer and
he's like the
Nightmare.
Doc Ock dude, and then he turns into the big fucking butterfly and shit. Yeah, I believe there is another final boss, but I haven't played that game in like 5 years, 4 years. It's been a little while. I don't remember any of the other final bosses. No. It's just garbage gamers being garbage gamers. I mean, it was our first playthrough together. I maybe we did play something that was OP. I don't know what the fuck is considered OP in that game or not, but I mean,
I
we
I've
finished it in
scratched
12
the
hours,
surface.
12 and a half hours on nightmare difficulty.
I've scratched the surface of like builds on YouTube and stuff. We are not optimized whatsoever. Like we didn't do anything broken or anything. We went and played. We went and
It
played.
was a
We played our
blind
little hearts
playthrough.
out.
It was a second playthrough for me, and it was still so blind because I hated the first.
And also because you only we only made it halfway through our first playthrough
That's
before
true.
uh
Before the incident.
the incident, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um but yeah, I don't think it's because we did anything superior to anybody else's playthroughs. I think it's just skill diff. The builds are really cool. I'll do it with you guys.
I
It's
will
oh
say after like the
that
first.
happened today. The new DLC dropped today.
Oh yeah, survival mode drop. Maybe we can go back and actually fight the cool bosses.
We could go back and fight whoever we want. We just have to go on not campaign. What's the adventure mode? You just go world by world, and you can
Yeah.
re-roll it as much as you want. Um, so if we wanted to do the DLC, we could. The new DLC. It's a it's a lot. Well, so I was looking at some melee stuff because I was like, because we were gonna talk about the bosses that we fought not being melee friendly. There are melee builds that are like projectile based. If I wasn't mistaken, it's like lightning coming out of your hands melee. I think so. That's what it looked like. I just looked up melee gameplay of Remnant 2, and most of the time it was not people like swinging big swords at people. Some hamburger. Ooh, nice. It could have been a yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah, I saw that a lot. I was confused what it was at first. And I think we got unfortunate with the bosses we fought melee wise, because you got another chance. I'm down to go back in. Grady seems uninterested. Grady has other games he wants to play. Grady has an
Just started
SSD
Evil
now.
Within 2. Podcast on that later, but we will do
I will
Remnant
not be
2.
on that
I'm down to
podcast.
do it after this, to be honest, if we want.
Too.
We'll see if 2 does, because I mean, the main mode that I enjoyed in Remnant 1 has just come to 2 as of today. So maybe that'll change things for me. I gotta check it out. Like I said, after we're done with this, I'm down to delve in for a little bit.
I'm seeing, if I'm counting right,
Ugh. I'm back.
that there are 12 more bosses in Remnant 2 than there are in Remnant 1.
Really?
And are we stream sharing on this at all, Jimmy? Give me one moment.
I don't even have the bot turned up. Whoopsie daisy. There's been some shitty songs put through
This is
that bot
missing a
recently.
couple. And tell me if I'm missing one that we actually did do. But we only fought these that I'm thinking of. 8, 9, 10. 10 bosses.
That's
I think
it?
I think it's missing a couple because oh, Gwendol. We fought Gwendol. I thought Gwendol was fun.
Gwendol was cool.
Um, Something to note about this tier list. There's nothing in D for me. I think Abomination was the worst
Thought
one we fought because it was just, yeah, it was Dev Blob. I think it
I
was just a
believe
filler boss.
I believe we fought the Ravager on the Me You Tom playthrough. We did a little bit. I do remember. It
We
was like a
did fight
giant
the
bear
Ravager
boss.
on the
Yeah,
on the Tom playthrough.
yeah.
Ravager was the one that had
That's
a
like
lot
the
of weak
only
spots,
boss I
right?
remember.
It
That's
was a
like the
bunch
only
of like
boss I
all these
remember because
eyes up here are weak spots. Is that
yeah,
Ravager?
yeah, and he has like he
I
has
remember
some
that being
shit you
fun.
can do. But he had like an alternate weapon you could get from the fight if you did certain shit.
Is this the Vines swamp boss? We did that too. Okay, that was fun. That was fun because we were not well equipped for it at first.
This like I don't even remember barely any of these bosses' names besides Phelan, dude. Phelan and Bruin were the only two bosses.
You
Even
don't remember
after
Cancer or Venom or
okay,
Annihilation?
I remember Venom. I remember Venom.
This this is my tier list that I came up with before the podcast started.
Do you think Annihilation's better than Phelan?
Yes, I think so. I think just mechanic standpoint,
Mechanics definitely.
I enjoyed it
Every,
more.
everywhere else, Phelan
Fear
takes it.
factor, Bruin gets it because we went into that super underleveled, and the opening cutscene he just fucks up his little ads, right? And then as soon as the fight started, he command grabbed me and one shot me, instant death, no revives.
Bruin, we
The
weren't
fear
able.
factor, the fear factor for Bruin was above anything else in the game so far. Yeah.
Yeah. He also had the Artorias-esque intro too that I enjoyed. He just comes down and
Yes.
fucks up a goon. That as soon as I saw him come down and interact with that young fella, I really was reminded of Artorias.
Of my tier list, we missed Ravager.
The
I'm gonna
Red
take that out
Prince,
because
dude. Like I was saying, I saw a boss fight of the Red Prince. I really want to fight that guy. I really
we'll go
want to
back
fight
and do
that
it.
guy.
It's in the DLC regardless, so we could go back into our world and do it too with our builds and stuff. Um, I primogenital.
Who the fuck is that?
Nightweaver, Grady and I fought. in our first playthrough.
I don't remember
Awesome
that
boss.
guy at all.
You don't remember Nightweaver? Oh, that
No.
was fun. Um, there's a couple physical versions of bosses. So we fought Spectral Shahala, which is that one with the hands
That
and
fight
the
was sick. That fight was
that
sick.
fight was
I
awesome.
can't lie.
That was the one with the hands, and I'm actually gonna put that above
That
them.
fucking orb, that damn orb.
The damn
That we
orb.
that we thought we figured out, but even after beating the boss, we never figured it out. We never
Um,
figured out where it was going or yep.
yeah,
And that
yeah.
person has no idea what's about to happen.
Well, no, you have the audio cue. You
Yeah,
just
you got
don't
the
know if it's
audio
gonna be
cue,
you.
but like if when there's three people up just spamming roll, and then eventually you roll into each other, and then two of you die, if not one.
Yeah,
'Cause, like I thought the shadow was a telltale sign of who it's gonna go to, but it just turns
no,
out I'm stupid.
no, you're not stupid. That was just like unfortunate that
Yeah,
uh
I mean
it
there's
wasn't.
just no way to they don't telegraph who it's gonna go to, so you
Yeah,
just have three people spam rolling around like monkeys, and then someone gets hit by it, and the
yeah,
dog has to waste a res.
yeah. If we went back and did it now with our current builds, it would be no problem. Even
Yeah,
if the difficulty was upped, our builds were much more uh, optimized for that fight now. Anyways, but so that Shah Hala boss has a physical version where he's not just a ghost. You could have hit that one with the sword. And then there's Tal Ratha metaphysical and Tal Ratha. And then we didn't
the
fight
huntress
Magister
looks cool.
there. The Huntress. Oh, here? Grady's a big horse fight guy. I'm not a big horse fight guy.
I'm okay with horse fights.
That's
The Dev
Dev
King,
Gun final boss. Um, we missed Nightweaver. I'm upset we missed because that was really
Blow
fun.
King appeared in the
On
first
Grady's
podcast, just so
character.
you guys know.
Should we
we'll
look
we'll
up a little
find out.
gameplay?
Do we want to spoil it, or do we want to go in and
I think you
find
would have
out?
to re-roll the world to do it again, but we could do that totally.
Well, what about the new survivor mode? Isn't that just the boss rush, just like one?
Yes, it is. It's different. Mm-hmm. Sounds great. Legion, I have no idea if we did or not. I cannot tell what that is. The Council, Tom and Grady and I fought last playthrough. That was cool. Um, it reminded me of Hollow Knight a little bit, actually. Um, that's in Lawsome. That's or not? Is it in Lawsome? No, it's. I don't remember which area it's in. But it reminded me of the Mantis Kings or the Mantis Lords of Hollow Knight. Um, and I really kind of wish we got to some of these guys, which, if we really want to, we just pull up a list of Remnant 2 bosses and we re-roll and do it. And I think that's why I say that Remnant 2 has better replayability. I think just having more bosses in general gives it more replayability, and having better bit classes, and having better builds, and having uh, the worlds themselves are bigger and harder to run through. The build aspect is huge, and just being able to run through the worlds in Remnant 1 versus I feel like in Remnant 2, we never did that. We never left an ad alive, I don't think. Um, but 2, I think it's just kind of designed for you to not do that. It wants you to kill everything, and I didn't do that in Remnant 1. I played that like it was a Souls like, and if you know me in Souls likes, I'm a pussy ass bitch when it comes to running through the overworld. I I, I don't think I've completed an area of any Souls like and killed every ad that was there.
It looks like we just got mostly shit bosses on our first roll.
What do you mean mostly shit bosses?
Mostly shit bosses. There's
B tier
there's
is not bad. B
three.
tier is a good boss.
There's only three bosses on that whole list that like I remember and that
You
stood out
remember
to me.
Annihilation, you remember
I guess
Phelan, you remember
four of them.
Shahala, you remember
But
Venom.
those top left four: Annihilation, Phelan, Shahala, and Venom. The other ones, like obviously I remember them, but dude,
Don't shit on Cancer. Come on, man.
Cancer was only funny because of his fucking name to begin with. It was just
You
a
don't
shock
remember Labyrinth
factor of.
Sentinel?
I mean,
Big
you know, I
cube,
remember the
cute
cube, but
little.
like, I'm not saying I don't literally remember these bosses, but they were just they did not stand out to me. Like I'm not shooting a fucking cube standing under, you know, whatever safe space it gives me when I shoot it, and I'm literally there the entire fight, 80% of the fight. Then I have to navigate through those same
Well,
safe space. Like it,
that's the game plan you chose to adopt. I was out there moving. Sure, I died instantly off rip a few runs.
I don't
Well,
know, dude.
that was before we got to the level 10 on medic. Okay,
I on
it was
your
so
tier list,
brutal. I could not roll
if
for the
you
fucking orb.
switched the Labyrinth Sentinels and Abomination, I would agree with it.
Really?
Hmm
Okay. Shrewd, Shrewd was pretty nothing.
Shrewd was cool because it
I'm
was
pretty
like
sure Shrewd was a
I mean
DLC.
it wasn't like a good boss, but it was a nice callback to the first boss of Remnant One, like one of the two first ones you can get. I like Shroud. Shroud and Remnant One was a better fight than Shrewd though.
Hey guys, give me 1 second. I server muted them because I thought, podcast. Okay. It's Tuesday.
Dude, it got so loud I had to turn it down a bit. I couldn't hear Joey talk. I couldn't hear myself think. Well, Shroud was the first boss of Remnant 1. That's what Shrewd was a reference to. Remember? Go watch the Shroud fight. Bring that up, or at least familiarize yourself with it. It was one of the two first bosses you can get in Remnant 1. I did in Remnant 1 I did a first playthrough. Like I started a whole new character and I ran through Apocalypse on it. That guy was a fucking nightmare. One, cuz he had the regenerator tag, and new characters on Apocalypse already do no damage. So that turned out it was like a 25-minute boss fight. When on any other difficulty it's maybe 2. We did the light version of that, so it was Fei Lin, I think. Yeah. Yeah. That I don't know, like I didn't I didn't play as you, so I don't know how that fight was for you, but for me, like that fight was a breeze because I just he was never really on me until the third phase, and I figured out how he would telegraph whenever he came down. Like when he disappears in the third phase, that little wisp, it shoots out two of them, and they kind of like mix up, so you lose it. But if you keep track of it, you can find where he's gonna spawn. And that was the only time he'd ever really attacked me was the third phase. And like I played the handler and I was running the bow build, so I was across from him the entire fight every single time, just dinking him with arrows. So I never, yeah, I didn't have to deal with anything that you dealt with. It was it was a lot easier for me because I remember like on our winning run, I still had full uh, relic charges on that last part, and I was like, I don't know, I just wasn't really getting attacked that fight at all.
Holy shit. I think I was muted that whole time.
No way.
Dude, I think I was muted that whole time. Tito's, was I actually muted the whole time? I'm gonna start crying if I was muted for the first 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Dude, I'm gonna cry. No way. Was I muted?
If you were, we should I think we should call it wraps and then go do the DLC and then come back and do it or whatever, like tomorrow or something.
I should be fine, I think. Oh, look, Joey with his DoorDash.
We talking when we're playing?
Hey, Joey. I got some news for you.
Hey, man. What's up?
So my mic was muted for 20 minutes. So I think it was. Let me go back and look. I can find out.
This is
Oh,
not
I was so
ambience,
muted. I was
this
so
is-
muted, dude.
Oh.
This is not ambience, dude. This is a nightmare.
It's alright. We can. We're already 30 minutes deep. Let's just finish out the hour. What are we talking about? I
Shit.
completely distracted myself.
I don't know. I hit the joint a little bit during that incident. Got weed brain. What were you talking about?
I think you were just talking about bosses. Oh, we were talking about Fei Lin, huh? Talking about Fei Lin.
Oh yes, we were talking about the Phelan. Yes, I was talking about how I had no aggro the entire fight.
Really?
I had
I didn't until the third
pretty strong
phase.
aggro.
The only time he would ever really attack me was the third phase.
He wouldn't necessarily attack me, but I think during that fight I was still flopping and not heavy rolling. So it was just that I had a hard time hitting the dodges
There
on
was
those moves.
maybe 3 or 4 times before the third phase that I ever actually had to dodge him, like him
Really?
specifically, not just the orbs.
So I was drawing aggro the whole time?
I mean, like, yeah, that boss was just stuck on you guys, and I was dinking him with arrows. Like, he never attacked me at all.
It didn't feel like that. It felt like I had aggro about like half the time, I'd say. Jimmy, you don't feel like you got a lot of aggro?
For what, Fei Lin specifically?
Mhm.
No, I didn't get a lot of aggro on him. I did eat a lot of hits just because I couldn't dodge very well, but that was about it.
Yeah, I think at that point in the game you were still diving.
Yeah, I was flopping. It was flop city for me. I didn't start heavy rolling until like Abomination.
Yeah.
Well, you needed to heavy roll for Abomination.
I did. It was nice.
Those damn orbs.
You guys have no idea how much I blessed the heavy rolling. I was flopping basically 70% of our playthrough.
Yeah.
It was worth it though. I got the swing when I could. It's just a shame when I started heavy rolling, the bosses started not being hittable. And especially for Venom, he decided to like only attack Grady, and when he was the only guy in that fight apparently, and we were just like, not there. And
Dude, there were times like I wouldn't even shoot him for like 20 or 30 seconds, and he would still be aggroed onto me, and like I just needed to get away. That
Well, can you
never worked
explain
out.
the fight, Grady?
I don't know, cause like maybe I just wasn't doing enough damage during the Phelan boss fight, but it seems that I don't know. Let's get a fact check on this. Let's see. Let's
Is
see
what
how
you
it
said in
actually
that- in
works.
that
Cause I
fight
thought
was
I
that-
thought it was just damage.
Is it potential DPS?
I don't know, cause I felt like I was doing a lot of damage during the Phelan fight, but he never really attacked me.
I feel like my
Obviously
DPS was
during-
good when I could use it.
Obviously, during Venom, I was doing the most damage.
Mhm.
He was attacking me the whole time, so that's what kind of led me to believe it was damage indicated. But
My DPS for Annihilation before I switched to the bow was so sad. I literally had to fucking downgrade every single one of my weapons and just put it all into the bow.
Jimmy, were you using Deceit?
I was before that.
So I found something out about Deceit.
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me it
If you
sucks.
went to no, it's great.
Okay.
It's really good. If you went to the guy who sells weapons
Mm-hmm.
and bought this melee weapon called the Hero's Sword or something like that,
No.
and you use your mod for deceit, and then you use a melee from that weapon, it shoots out a projectile that counts as melee damage. So if you had the mod going when you hit the projectile from the melee, it still counts as hitting all your shots as weak spot. Like you get to use the mod power fully,
Wow.
which makes it a very, very, very good weapon.
That is a very good weapon. Man, I didn't see that shit. Where did that shit, man? They gotta start telling me this shit in this game, man. I don't know why. I gotta be like, hey, here's some cool shit. You're not gonna find out. Like, I didn't even know how to get the medics class until I fucking had to look it up. I was like, how do I get medic? Oh, you have to go to this random NPC. Oh, thank you. You had to get it. You had to like buy like a little medic trinket from one of the NPCs at the ward, and you can use it to make the medic
The
archetype.
ones that have a big old medic sign above them.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, but why would they sell me shit? I don't think I could buy shit from that guy.
You buy shit from those guys the whole time.
Dude,
They
there
have
was
little blue indicators on the map.
Man, I know that everybody had blue indicators, man, but like, dude,
So I can find 2 obscure Reddit posts about threat and aggro in it, and it just says that it prefers DPS. So I was right about that. But also, the longer you're in proximity to a boss, you have a chance to generate more threat. So it's just proximity and damage. There isn't any like the
bastards.
guard dog stat for the handler says it generates threat, which led me to believe that there was an external variable, but I didn't. Doesn't look like there's anything special about it besides proximity and damage.
Huh.
That would have been cool if there was like a way to there is an amulet that lets you hold more boss aggro, but that's about it. Besides for the guard dog. I wish there was kind of a way to do like a full tank threat build.
There,
It sounds like that amulet plus the guard dog is.
I would have to
I mean, yeah,
run.
but still, like, if you're running the amulet and guard dog, you're probably not going to be outputting the most damage. So eventually, the person doing damages, they're going to generate the most.
I think Challenger Dog would go crazy.
I think it would too.
Even though I ran a medic as I wanted a medic because I just wanted the more shield because I got one of those. I got it was either a ring. I think it was a ring where I got shield on hit. Or no, it was shield every time I spent stamina, and then which I used stamina on heavy hits. But then I had an amulet that gave me unlimited stamina when I hit things. So I just was just going at them and had full shield and I could eat a lot of hits. So that would be.
I never got to max summoner, which was unfortunate. I wish like I got because I wanted the big root brute dude. Like, he was just a giant tank. He generates threat. Like he was just a big tank, and I wanted him with my dog. That's why I went summoner because I wanted both of them, but I felt like I don't know, the game was too short. We finished it quick. I never got to use it.
You said. Is that Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the car.
How did he get it? Where did he come from?
I don't
In the
know.
whip.
How did he get in here?
How did he get in here?
Yeah.
Cam, we're podcasting right now.
Cam breaks into the podcast room.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, Remnant 2.
Remnant 2 version. Do you have any Remnant 2 thoughts?
Never played it. First one was good.
First one's the best.
Second one was better.
Don't play 2, Cam.
That's crazy.
Don't play
think
2 is
it's a bad
crazy.
game, Brady?
Don't play is crazy. You cannot like it, but don't play is crazy.
It's a
You've
good
been having
game. It's
fun
just
the whole
not a
time,
better
Brady.
game. Huh?
I thought
were
Grady was having a
having
good
fun the
time.
whole time.
That's what I'm saying. I thought Grady was having a good time.
It was a good game. It just shadows in comparison to Remnant 1.
Here, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna mute.
Dan is
I'm
also a
gonna let-
DS2 supporter.
Godspeed, gentlemen.
Dark Souls 2 is the
Bye,
best
Cam.
DLC. We'll talk about that too.
All right.
We will get to that someday.
Let me pull up my list of questions here. Little guiding questions. What are your guys' thoughts on the? I guess this goes for Remnant 1 and 2. The Souls-like comparison. Do we have?
Dark Souls is infinitely better.
Well, just like I just think they're different kind of games. I just don't think
They
it's
are.
like at all similar.
They are,
You have iframe
but
rolls.
if I
Yeah.
was to play a game where, like Joey just said, iframe rolling, if I wanted to iframe roll, I'd play in Dark Souls.
Mhm.
Not playing Remnant. Like,
Just
I
say
mean,
it's the third person.
Dark Souls has better story, better lore that you have to look for, better bosses, better gameplay. I mean, obviously they're not the same game, but they're very comparable. I'd rather just play Dark Souls.
On paper, they are very similar. In practice, it does not feel like you're playing a Souls-like.
I don't. I've always had Souls like in my head whenever I play Remnant. So that could be what's skewing it for me a little
Is it
bit.
listed as Souls-like on Steam? Probably is.
Has
So
to.
I'd be
Souls-like
I would be
category
surprised if it
is
wasn't.
Very,
Very
true.
very
surprised
loose.
it wasn't.
That's true.
I'm pretty
That's a
sure
fair
Hollow
point.
Knight is a Souls-like.
Yeah, because you got games
That-
like Mortal
Dude,
Shell in
the
there.
thing is, on that point, Joey, there are people that actually think that.
That's dumb.
People think
Hollow
Lords
Knight
of the Fallen
top 3 games of all
2014 is
time,
a Souls
not
like.
even close to Souls-like.
I hear Hollow Knight Souls-like all the time,
Jimmy, Lords of the Fallen 2014 Souls like?
but that is closer than Hollow Knight, and I'd say that's closer to Dark Souls than Hollow Knight or Remnant.
And it's also the worst game in the entire
It could be
world.
horrible, but it could be closer to a Souls-like than these two games. You still
Lords
need
of
to play
Fallen
the
is-
you need to play the new one still.
Dude, I
love
don't
that
know if I,
Chadra is
I
just
don't know if
watching
I
me
can give
pig
it a
out, man.
chance. I
I
don't
got a
know.
big ass cookie for him too.
Look at that cookie. You always get a cookie. Why is that?
I love cookie.
All right.
Good old chocolate chip cookie.
Where would you guys want a Remnant 3 to go? You know, like how would you guys? What
That's
direction?
I mean, shit, dude. The story for both is just so fucked. I don't even know what's going on. Some bitch named Clementine, Ward 13 this, Ward
Yeah.
13 that.
It's true. I mean, they already
Well, no-
they whipped out the fucking multiverse card already with this one.
As
So
long as they have a big ass annoying labyrinth and Ward 13, they can make a Remnant 3.
oh yeah, dude, the story isn't like they'll figure something out for the story. Just like gameplay wise, like what more do you want to see?
I don't think anything's coming out.
You think no more Remnant 3?
Nope.
You think it's
They finished.
I doubt it's coming out, but
Well, and the story ends with you get rid of the rock. There's Remnant 1 and Remnant 2 right there.
you never know.
Little bow.
They can figure it out. You know how many times that games have been like, you know what, like Call of
It's
Duty
called the Root,
nowadays.
Joey, first of all, it's called the
What?
Root. It's called the Root.
It's Scarlet Rot, bro.
No, it's Scarlet Root,
Yeah, but it's Scarlet Rot.
but it's Root. Pay
Uh,
attention to the story, dude.
Relax.
the root.
I paid more attention than you.
I'm so glad you were able to appreciate the story of Remnant 1 and Remnant 2.
Only Remnant 2.
I don't, because we're not the same guy from the first one, are we?
Mm-mm.
No, is he dead? But there is Ford. I remember Ford in the
Ford,
first one. I remember that
Ford's
guy.
hideout.
I had for performance issues. There were significant frame drops for me.
I
and-
was not having that.
That is crazy. 'Cause, dude, I was
at a static FPS the entire time.
like it would like dip. It was specifically in the labyrinth with the little rock people.
Sure. Yeah.
I was dropping like the 40s, dude. Like what the fuck is
Damn.
happening? It was bad. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
I was running consistent, like, I had VSync on. But, I think with VSync off, I was running consistent, like, 300.
300 FPS.
I have a good PC.
I understand.
I had it set to 144 and I didn't feel any
Um,
frame drops, so.
The
Right.
one issue that I ran into is that the game crashed once, but we weren't even playing. It was just I was sitting in Ward 13 for an hour
Oh.
before you guys got on.
Well, there was that one time in the we were loading in
Oh,
an
yeah.
area and it just stopped working.
Hold that thought. Can we talk about Joey fiending for us to
Oh,
get
you.
on the second morning?
Well, I was the only one loading.
Morning. Joey's sitting in
That's
Ward
rough.
13 fiending, waiting for us to get
Fiending.
on for
The
6
first
hours.
the first night was great, right?
I agree. I wanted to do it again. We
it was
two
fun.
dated, which is like I said, the game felt like it felt short to me. Then I looked at the time played, 16 hours. I'm like, holy shit! I've
That's
never.
still,
We got
I
the
feel
last
like that's
girl,
still
and I didn't
short
believe
for
it, though.
for a game like that.
I feel like
Like,
let me see. It was definitely longer than how long the beat said.
Like I wish this game was like, if it was like 30 hours, 25, 30 hours.
Maybe with the
I feel like
DLC, you'll hit
I
it.
feel like that's perfect length for a video game.
Okay, a main story says 18 hours. That's what it's got listed here. With
Forget it.
sides. Yeah, with sides 28. Goes by 10. That's crazy. Let's see here. I don't know. There was, I feel for like, because this is the first one didn't have the 2 different class system. I just wish I, because obviously I did it much more later than you guys. I just wish I figured that out earlier. And the game doesn't really tell. Does the game tell you that you can do that? 'Cause I feel like it didn't tell me I could use 2 classes until I had unlocked one.
Well, you see your class up in the top left.
It's true. And there's
Look at the top right.
yeah, but like I see the empty socket, but like you have to go out of your way to go get these other classes. I didn't know. Like we had the secret. You guys go. Was it the alchemist one? The one you guys get? That's the secret one.
Where you get dragged under, yeah.
Yeah. There were more, right? Were there more?
There's a bunch of classes.
Yeah.
There's a ton of classes.
Bunch of classes.
We barely scratched the surface of classes. There's like 15.
Fuck,
There's a
dude.
shit ton. That's
That's a lot of
guess.
classes,
I know
man.
there's a ton.
Let's
At
see,
least
there's
10,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 14.
14.
That's a lot of fucking classes, man. That's actually
Alchemist, Archon, Challenger, Engineer, Explorer, Gunslinger, Handler, Hunter, Invader, Invoker, Medic, Summoner, Ritualist, and Warden.
Ritualist would be, I feel like that'd be fun.
Ritualist
to
is
play.
supposed to be really good. It's like AoE status effect type of thing.
I don't know.
When I was looking into builds, at least half of them had Ritualist in it.
Ritualist. Like I said, I don't even know what half those ones do.
I can start reading some off if you'd like.
I'd like that. If it sounds intriguing enough to me.
Alchemist, we kind of know it's the utility support. It's like buffs. Archon is mod power and mod generation. I saw one build that had Archon as the second class, and it just basically infinite mod power. You know Challenger pretty well.
Yes, I do.
Engineer is heavy weapons, heavy rifles, heavy everything, and turrets.
I played
Explorer-
Engineer on me, you, and Tom's time playing it. That's what I
I
played.
think you did, yeah.
Me and Tom both played Engineer.
Explorer is like mobility buffs, and you get a passive buff to finding loot. We know Gunslinger, Handler, and Hunter we don't know. Long range, marking. Oh, no, that's base game. Or like, you can play that off rip. Invader is evasion, shadow decoys. Invoker's skills, status effects, and ally buffs. Medic we know. Summoner we know. Ritualist, AoE status effects, and DPS. And Warden is advanced shield tech and drone tactics support.
Damn.
Man, I want to do some of those, man. Okay, so yeah, I do want to go. I want to do cleanup, and then I'm doing new classes.
There are 3 DLCs?
Yes,
Remnant
the third one came out today.
Dark Horizon?
Mhm.
Yep.
So Warden is from Dark Horizon.
Okay.
Invoker is from Forgotten Kingdom, and Ritualist is Awakened King.
So Warden just came out today.
Yes. The DLC that we did was from Awakened King, which adds to Lawsome, and Ritualist is from that DLC.
So gentlemen, how would we compare? Because who here played the game solo? Not this one, but I guess either Remnants. Anybody play them solo?
Remnant
Played
1.
the first one solo.
Okay.
We all played
one
the
of mine.
first one solo.
I played it with Trent. I didn't play the first one solo.
Oh, okay.
I didn't play any of them solo. Would you say the solo experience differs than the
Yes.
cooperative? Like how, like substantially?
It was... completely different. It's way more fun with friends. It's way more fun when you can synergize builds. It's way more fun when it's not just your ass on the line and you have to, as medic at least, that's what I was playing, keep both of you guys up as well as me. It's like we were going through it as a team, as a unit, as a squad. It felt great.
I did feel the sense of camaraderie.
Right.
It was fun. You know, having to commit to a boss. Like again, like I'm repeating myself with the final boss. That final boss, defeating that final boss was just, dude. And just like the thought that there would be a third phase to that fight, just like for a second, there was like, you guys, what if there's a third phase?
We beat the second phase. Grady goes, get ready for the third. You guys ready for the third health bar?
Dude, I wished I was joking when I said that.
There almost was, dude.
I mean, almost, yeah. It's just like survive for X amount of time.
Dude, I didn't think I would.
Didn't.
Because dude, we had no more hearts.
Taking your hands off your keyboard and mouse, and we
were
had to
dead.
restart that fight.
Yep.
We had no hearts left.
It's like that Cuphead boss.
No hearts left.
What was that spider Cuphead boss in the DLC?
The 3 bugs.
Yeah.
Dude, that one got Dev John.
Dev John.
That one got. Oh my god,
that boss is so
Imagine
easy.
if that happened to us, though. We would have been pissed.
I would have.
Like Devin was.
I would have got off. I know I would have got off because, dude, it was like I was tired. I was like, I'm not doing that. We had it.
No way.
The
I think
bow.
I first tried that boss.
We got farmed.
We got farmed. The fucking second arena was so sick.
It
Dude,
was really sick.
I thought that fight was gonna be so much harder the first time we got to the second phase, and then I just like because it was those fucking sweeping cleavers that were like
those were easy to dodge.
This is gonna make the fight hard. Then like
at least for me, I had to ask you what the sound cue was.
Well, yeah, right away, it makes that knife sharpening sound, and then that's when you know. But I didn't hear that like the first 1 or 2 times, and I was like, dude, how the fuck do you know when these are gonna attack?
Yeah, because all he does is wave his hand in a certain direction, but it's really fast.
He just mind floods you with other shit on the fucking arena.
I still don't know how
you don't have to look at.
I still don't know like how it determined what way it's gonna go though, because sometimes he would put it in the middle, and like most of the time it went to the right, but one time it went left, you just completely fucked my shit.
He waves it one way or the other.
No, he does. Then
Yeah.
I was too busy scoped in on his head. The bow
Dude,
zoom is
bow
zoom is brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hitting for like I wasn't hitting as hard as you. I think I was hitting like if I lucky enough, it was like 800 to 1200 a headshot.
Which isn't bad.
It was better than what I was doing. It was better than what I was doing before.
I was only doing like 280 a shot with the Chicago typewriter, which felt like
fine for like a rifle.
It went up to like 1,000 DPS. So, I think that if we were just chunking more, it would have been a little bit more.
I forgot Jimmy used the bow that fight because he couldn't melee.
Yeah, I had to switch. I literally had to switch everything.
I think you could have meleeed.
Dude, where?
He stays on the. So when he does the plunging attack,
bro,
you get a couple.
I'm heavy rolling. I don't have time to dodge these attacks. He does a slam that you have to just be away. You can't. There's one where he's like two different. Yeah, he's like 2 different slams. One that he like shoots the wave out, and you can dodge through it. And there's one he just like does down, and you can't dodge that one. You just have to be far away.
Yeah.
He
does that one back to back.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
And then the orb, like, dude, like.
Oh, the orb.
The orbs,
God,
plural.
When we first started that boss fight, I would just go down every single time the orbs came out.
Because
no
sucked.
I couldn't
figured out that if you just run at them, like once they start vibrating, you just run at them and then roll when they're going at you, they're never gonna hit you.
They hit me every time I did that at first.
Oh, I don't know.
I got the hang of it a little bit, but still, like, I felt like the fucking pattern was so hard to read on those orbs. I got
the hang of it by the end.
Dude, in the second phase, when he would like be in the second room, when he would spawn the orbs in there, and you got to be ready as soon as you get teleported back in there, he's gonna throw orbs at you. Like he like shows you like he rounds up all the orbs and he teleports you back to the main area, and you got to deal with that bullshit. Then he tells you right back in to get ready for 100 orbs.
I think we full wiped on that in the second phase.
Probably.
We. I don't know if it was the run that we beat it. But you and Grady both went down to it, and I just popped a resonating heart, so I survived with 1 HP and was just regenning.
The run
And
you guys beat it, I died like 4/5 of the way through.
Yeah.
And it was just you guys.
That's true. Yeah, dude. I was
And
screaming
then
inside.
Jimmy went down and the
Luckily-
dog saved him.
That's right. When he had like a bar, he had one bar left when I went down, dude. I wanted to cry.
Yeah.
Thank God for that dog.
I was able to chunk that boss. I think that boss had the perfect amount of health.
Yeah, he did not need any more health.
Yeah,
Did
if
not
one
need any
person
more.
Died, it wasn't the end of the world. And the last two.
I just had to do that lock in. Like I said, the locked in so hard I started shaking. I couldn't.
Did you guys listen to the cutscene afterwards at all?
Fuck.
No, I don't
After like he was
shit.
dead, or like the after, or like before, like the between phases. Which cutscene? Like the final cutscene, like after
No.
everything's dead, or?
Final cutscene where Clementine purifies the root.
Oh yeah, and then she like did like she was like fucking like exploding and shit.
Yeah.
Like she just like I just remember like it just
away with words, Jimmy.
well because you like our guys were like walking away and we like it just cut back to her fucking like screaming and exploding and I'm like okay, yeah I did get like she's like because that's the plot I got. I'm like okay, we beat because at the end of the first they're like okay we beat the root, we contained the root for our world in the first one, but the root is spreading throughout the multiverse and that's what Remnant 2 is about, is stopping the root in the multiverse, which I guess
Well, no, it's about finding out that we didn't contain it, right? That it spread through our world into other worlds.
yes.
Yeah.
We just contained it from from our perspective we thought we did, but it was already elsewhere.
Yeah. And then we just start fresh. Everybody's chalked. Everybody's dunzo.
Refresh Clementine.
Gonzo like Bonzo.
Which when did Clementine always have those powers, or was it after she got sucked into that crystal?
After the criddle.
Okay,
Criddle.
that started the plot. I don't know. God, the plot was like a fever dream to me, man. I just like
That bitch was annoying as fuck.
it was like she like we showed up to this place because we weren't friends with Clementine. She was just a girl, right? At
And
the start.
annoying.
Yeah, we weren't friends. We went to go see Ford. She saves us once
Yeah,
in the tutorial.
because just the
I
way.
don't know. I played the tutorial when we graded.
Yes, you're right, but it isn't the girl we're originally with. It's like we have like a friend. The girl that she's another NPC we buy. She sells like the rings and stuff. That was the girl within the tutorial, and like we like
Gotcha.
almost die. Yeah, we like almost die with her, and then Clementine saves us and shit. But
Right.
the way we talk to Clementine, it sounds like she's like our childhood friend.
I don't know, just every NPC that isn't a freak in that game is forgettable.
all the human characters.
All the
horrible.
humanoid NPCs are freaks.
Terrible.
or-
Give me
are terrible.
only
I like
freaks.
the
I
freaks.
want only freaks. We are pro freak.
Like if Ward 13 was replaced with all the humanoid characters were just replaced with the same anomaly reskin, I might remember them a little bit more.
I want.
You liked Mudtooth. You liked Mudtooth.
Who the fuck was?
I mean, dude, Mudtooth was a savior during Apocalypse in the first game.
Who the fuck
You,
was?
you needed to go to Mudtooth all the time.
I can't remember shit about the original Ward, dude.
Look, I think that
No, I do remember.
2 of the NPCs, at least 3 of them. The mask guy was good.
The
Well,
jester.
The dude who's writing, he's
jester-
in.
We forgot to talk about the jester.
Chemical Ward.
The writing
Oh.
dude's in the first
That's
one
really
as well. He just doesn't write. But I believe it's the same dude. He wears the same mask and everything.
But now he's mute.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't talk in the first one either. He just doesn't write. The game just gives you subtitles of what.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, what he's thinking. Maybe he
Um,
does write. Maybe I just have a shitty memory of it, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Maybe, I don't know. Could not
Jester
place
10
it.
out of 10. There are so many fucking freaks. They were like 10 out of 10 on the freaks, dude. Like across the board. Design, personality, all these freaks, 10 out of 10. They just
Chester was sick, dude. I love that.
he just
guy.
kept showing up. He like had his own room where he was doing the juggling bit, and he was like fucking doing little like magical
I'm so
things.
glad Joey figured out the puzzle that one time because I was mesmerized by his cards, dude. I did not know there was something I should be looking for. I was just watching his magic trick, dude.
It was the balls and cups game, and no one was fucking watching.
Yeah.
Oh my god, guys.
Uh,
We got lost in the fucking DLC
Oh
area.
my-
Boom, like
dude, I don't think we did anything wrong. I think the game bugged out.
you think this because we just
there's
walked
nothing
in
we
and the
could've
door
done.
went away.
Because there was a time, like, about 20 minutes into our fucking hour of searching the same rooms over and over,
Going
I
insane.
initially started at the very start, hugged the left wall around, there was nothing. I swear there was nothing. There was nowhere for us to go. Nothing.
Joey, were we
Like,
lost?
we were locked. I think the game had just locked us there. I think a door should have been open.
I think tough. I want to say that we needed to do something, but we went through everywhere
Everywhere.
multiple times, and it just was. We were
Well,
shocked.
no,
We-
what told me that the door was closed because there was a part of there was a room on the other side
That we had explored.
they had
Right.
read off, and we had explored that room, but there's two entrances in there that were redded off, or one of them on the far side was white, the other was redded off, which led me to believe that we came through that room into where we were at across, but like when we were back in there, that door that we had entered through was
You
closed.
lost me. I know what you're saying. I think
Yeah, no, there was a room we had explored.
room.
There
We're
were in that
three
little
entrances.
fucking
One of them was white. Two of them were red.
yes.
Four.
No, two were white, one was red, which led me to believe that we had got in our little labyrinth from that room.
Oh, I'm gone. I've disappeared.
From that room.
Yeah. Well, either way, all we had to do was drink a little cyanide, and we were fine.
Well, okay,
Right.
hold on with the cyanide. We did not start with the cyanide. We started into an all-out civil war, and then we drank the cyanide.
No, dude, it took me
That's
an hour
true,
to
that's
realize
true.
I just had a liquid escape.
Yeah, Joey decided he's like, all right, I guess I have to pull out the gun and start shooting my friends.
Well, Grady killed himself, and then I was like, "Well, we can make this more interesting." And I died
true.
to Jimmy. Well, I took Jimmy down, and then his stupid class got him back up,
That's right.
and I couldn't use my class without fucking full healing him.
Right?
So I just got dick down sideways on a Tuesday
That's right.
when I fought him. Plus, I couldn't fight Grady because he takes one fucking friendly fire damage from me.
One?
Yeah, he had.
Yeah, the
he had
handler
this
class
where-
makes you do 80% less damage to your teammates, and you take 80% less.
Dude, what the fuck? That's so crazy. Dude, I remember like shooting Joey one time with the deceit and it almost killing him in one shot. And there were so many times where like I was shooting a boss, I'm like, oh, I hit Joey.
I was glass cannon for most of the game, and then I started leveling up bigger once we got to.
I wish I used more mods.
I think by the end of the game, I put 2 points into vigor.
I think I started leveling up bigger once we got to the last world, where I was getting one-shotted by everything,
Oh, boys.
including the dogs.
You
I
know,
had fully accepted that I'm gonna get one shot by everything, so I
Yeah,
started
you were the
upgrading
lightest
endurance.
armor in the game for no reason. For no reason other than it looked cool.
Yeah, dude, I look
which
like a
is a valid
Warframe
reason.
character.
It's a great reason.
my figure was maxed immediately.
I wish you had been able to get two-shot, Grady. It would have made stuff so much easier for me.
I know, but I like the thrill. I like
The thrill.
I'm a masochist
Well, so-
gamer.
My class was supposed to do well when I'm healing other people. I get more hearts, I get more buffs, I get more ammo, all that, whatever. And then Jimmy decides to put medic as his second class, so he's healing himself.
Yep.
And Grady decides to be a one-shot character, so I don't get to heal him. I just get to revive him, and I lose the dragon heart that I was supposed to gain. So I was just getting dick down again. I think it was Venom that I realized.
preparing for
it was not
Apocalypse.
happening. Yeah, great, awesome. When are we doing Apocalypse? Not
After-
fucking then.
Not then. He's right. I didn't feel much use out of the dragon, like the multiple different dragon hearts. I didn't think that was necessary. Oh, I mean, obviously we had the new
Resonating
one.
Heart was fucking-
That was
The
good, but there
Resonating Heart
were
was
like
really good.
100. There were like so many different ones. I didn't think all, especially with
We
the
got 3 total.
we got more, dude. I mean, there's more. Oh, okay, we got 3, but there's a lot. I looked up because I was curious. There's a lot of different fucking hearts that there are. I just don't think that's besides the main one and like the one we were using. None of them, especially with the. There was also. What else was there? There was the fucking on the heart. You can add like those little stat boosts, the little like
Yeah.
2%
Relic?
things. Yeah, is that what they're called?
Whatever they're called. Runes.
Runes. And they're all right, just blanket stat. I kind of like it. I kind of yawn when I see like blanket stat buffs, like minor stat buffs like that. But I think I do wish I used more mods. I kind of just stuck with like a couple that I liked and then didn't really experiment. But I kind of wish I did.
Dude, some of these are really cool.
They're cool, but like I don't think they're that game changing.
This one restores shield instead of health. Should be great for you.
I already got shield though. I had plenty of shield.
Yeah, but
I had
you could
plenty
put
of
more
shield.
shield on.
Dude, that's why I had the medics where like I would pop the ability for shield, then I would just start swinging for more shield.
I guess, man.
That's why I put it on. And then the fucking, like, as you know, I have the ability where I can just start, it's the eat thing ability where I just like turn it on and I just don't take any stagger.
On use, pulses every 3 seconds, healing allies within 7 meters for 20 health over 0.5 seconds per pulse. Lasts 15 seconds. So
I just feel, dude, I just feel like those ones, yeah, on paper they sound good, but like in practice, like when we're like in boss fights that one shot us, like
Yeah.
we can't take over the time healing when we're gonna get fucking like when cancer comes in and gives us fucking reverse chemotherapy.
the business.
Yeah,
I get you. I don't know. I think it's a cool mechanic. I think I'm
They're
reading these right
cool.
now, and some of them look really cool.
yeah. Okay, let me rephrase. I do think they're cool. I just don't think they were that important.
I don't know. I was really excited to get Resonating Heart.
That one was good.
Well,
That one was good.
I was looking up like stuff that had to do with my class, like what is the point of this and this, and everybody was saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. Just get Resonating Heart. Just get Resonating Heart. Just get Resonating Heart." And they were right, dude. If I pop that and I don't get one shot, I cannot die to anything. I just immediately go back to full health, basically.
That's
for 20
awesome.
seconds.
Well, I guess for both of you, back to the bosses. What were your top? I guess not your top favorite, top three favorite, and like top three least favorites here. Let's do some least favorites and top favorites. Whoever would like to go first. I mean, I can actually. I'll do it.
Great.
I'll do
Okay.
it. I'll do it.
I'll go next.
I'll do it. My favorite, probably the final boss, Annihilation.
Sure.
Second has, I think, from the ones we played, second goes to Fei Lin, and then third, probably the third. This one's a little struggle here because Fei Lin and Annihilation are probably gonna be in your guys' top as well. So the third one,
I feel like the third one's also obvious.
the third, you think it's what fucking what's his name? Shahala. I don't think
it's not obvious actually. I was gonna say Bruin, but I think
Shahala has a shot. Cancer has a shot. Venom has a shot.
Cancer has a shot.
Cancer has a shot, dude.
That's crazy.
Cancer was A tier. It wasn't top 3 for me.
Cancer's up there, dude. And the fucking big tree we hit for 40 minutes.
Forgot about that. Yeah,
With no reward.
for no reward whatsoever. Just 2 elite enemies.
Yep. Fuck, man, I don't know what my third is.
Midnight
I guess my third has to go to Venom, to be honest with you. Shah Hala was cool,
Venom.
but it pissed me off more than I enjoyed it.
Really?
Dude, it was pissing me off with the hands and it's just like, because I get pissed off at the orb, but then like the fucking zone of sucking. Brutal.
I thought you loved Zone of Sucking.
No, because like, dude, the fucking range on it is you'd be, I say like, because I'd be on the left side, if the orb drops on the right side, if I step in the middle a little bit, the magnetic field, I'm already getting pulled. I'm already feeling it. And if 2 people get down, it's over. You gotta wipe.
It's Jover. It's Jover.
You're just dead. It kills you.
It's a hard boss, man.
I get it. I know it's hard. That's what I'm saying. I just think that orb shit was annoying. It doesn't need to fucking. You can let it kill me, but if I'm out, I get orbed and it's like hard to dodge, and I'm immediately out for the rest of the fucking round. I gotta wipe. I don't think it should down you and then fucking wipe you.
That fight got a lot easier for me when Joey started shielding during the like little purple laser switch back and
Oh
forth.
god, I was struggling to dodge. I was so
fight,
slow.
I wouldn't even dodge the lasers. I would just go to the very left side or right side of the arena because you could still see a peek of the little orb weak spot he had, and I would just dink that with arrows the whole time and use Joey's shield to tank the lasers and not even worry about him.
Well, I would shield and I'd just start playing aim labs and not worry about the orb. I loved that attack because it's literally aim labs, little orbs that you shoot.
Yeah. The hands are cool. That was my opportunity to do some damage.
There you go. Hands are cool. I think once you get over the fact that it's a run wipe, if you die to it, the orb is cool. It's cool to have the spot right there. It's cool
Worst
to.
boss in the game.
Shahala is the worst boss in the game. You loved Shahala. You wouldn't stop talking about Shahala.
The cube motherfuckers. I thought you were talking about the labyrinth cubes for a sec.
Oh no.
The worst boss.
I think that's fun. I think it's a fun boss.
I think it's a cool little gimmick. I think it's cool. It's funny.
It's not just a
Little
health
Mario
bar that
womps, dude.
It was funny.
it's not just a health bar that you're watching get shredded down. Like,
Yeah, instead there's an invisible health bar that chinks for
Not invisible.
15th whenever you shoot one of those orbs around the map.
It's not
Fucking hate
invisible,
that.
buddy.
That boss is stupid.
Not invisible, asshole.
Boss is stupid. All right,
Maybe move around a little bit.
all right. Annihilation, Phelan, Venom. Honorable mention to that fucking witch bitch in the maze because I really liked her design.
Oh, like the scarecrow ass
yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, I loved
Yeah.
her design. She had some of the coolest boss designs.
Do we got a name?
Gwendol.
Grendel?
That was
Gwendol.
Gwendol. Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah, dude,
Gwenum.
that-
but Gwendol.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she had
Strike
such a
Force
cool
reference.
design. And then third worst boss, Shrewd. I did like the reference, but I mean that boss was fucking terrible. Way worse than the Remnant 1 version of him. Then Abomination, second worst in the cubes.
I don't want to put the cubes that low.
I will say I'm moving my stuff around a little bit, and the cube is getting closer and closer to the bottom of the list.
Yo. Let me pull this up.
I just put Corruptor above Labyrinth Sentinel.
I just
Corruptor
realized-
was fun because we were weak for it. We hadn't
Dude,
upgraded anything.
Yeah.
Corruptor had a way cooler gimmick than the fucking cubes. Like,
Was it-
you're just dodging little Mario womp dog shits, and then the fucking Corruptor, like, dude, you gotta jump between lanes and shit. Like, that was fun. I enjoyed that boss. I really enjoyed that boss.
Who the fuck? You guys got to remind me on who Corruptor was. I forgot.
Dude,
Is the
remember
three
that? Remember,
lanes-
coming left, go to the middle, go to the middle.
He's shooting left. We gotta jump.
Oh,
We gotta
fuck.
jump,
That
we
guy
gotta jump.
sucked.
You kept getting knocked
Oh,
off by
that
it.
guy sucked, dude. I forgot. Oh my god. That boss was cool. Fuck, that boss was cool, but
That
it
boss was really
sucked.
cool. That boss
That's
was
so cool,
really
but that
really cool.
sucked. The fucking, cause the hit, dude. When you know how pissed off I get when I made the jump and I still get hit and I fall to my death down and it's over.
That was really frustrating.
It's so
Corruptor's a
frustrating.
very low A tier boss for me.
We were just playing
Low
it.
A tier.
We were playing
Yes,
it pretty
I love
stupid.
that boss.
We just should have been like.
really
we were playing it really stupid. We should have just like been where he was not, you know. We kept
I
trying.
was trying to do. It was just like the fists would always come up from behind me while I
Yeah.
was shooting them. It was Anyways, 3 bottom, Grady. Did you say it?
Yeah, the
Sentinel,
cube, Shrewd, and Abomination.
Right. Cube, Shrewd, and Abomination. I think my top 3 is my number 1 is pretty easily Annihilation. The second is Fei Lin, and I'd say that Shahala and Bruin are neck and neck for the third. I'm gonna say Bruin 3, Shahala honorable mention, but it's on any day it could be either one.
Bruin is badass. You remind me of Pontiff Sullivan.
Yep. Bottom 3, Abomination, the Custodian's Eye, the one where the floor falls down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
And there's just a bunch of lasers and little ads.
I thought that fight
That's
was
right.
cool.
I thought it was.
Average.
I don't think
average
there's any
fight for
boss
me.
fight that I didn't think was like. I thought that they were all cool. Maybe not Abomination. Abomination was kind of lazy.
I think it's just
Um,
more unique. I think if you were
Yeah.
to fight each of them a dozen times, there
Sure.
would be some bosses that you absolutely hate.
Abomination was.
No, I hate some bosses. No, I don't.
No, you don't. I don't hate any of them. There's some where I had more annoyances with Abomination. He was. I mean, just like the gimmick was different. Bro was a blob, went in a circle.
I like that,
Problem
dude. Like
with
in
the-
terms of the
the
worst
zombies.
bosses, he just wasn't the worst for me because I mean at least he had a like I like the mechanic of shooting off his armor to
Yeah,
get to the
and he had a
actual
fat crit spot.
weak spots.
Fat.
Yeah.
Spot, very fun to shoot.
Fat.
Very fun to see lots of red numbers. Very cool.
Very satisfying to see the plates fall off.
Thank you, Abomination. And then number 3, Shrewd. Shrewd was just kind of nothing.
Yeah.
Mr.
He's a
Man goes
reference,
up
and
on a
that's
low
about it.
ledge and shoots you with a couple arrows, and you shoot
Yep.
him, and then he comes down and lays some seed.
Way better in Remnant 1.
Sure, buddy. Annihilation is better than Nightmare.
That's true.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
There you go. And the last boss is a lot more important than the first one.
Yeah, but Remnant, we can go back to this, man. Remnant 1 just had the overall better game to me. And I'll still believe that. Maybe Survivor mode will change my mind in
Maybe
2.
for your little petite brain that can't handle stimulus. very
Remnant
well.
1 had more, in my opinion. It had way more than 2. Way more content.
There's objectively more content in 2.
I'd put way more time into Remnant 1 and found new shit every single time. I don't think I could put that much into 2.
We only fought like a quarter of the bosses.
That's why I'm saying I don't think I could put that much into 2. No, we fought like half the bosses.
No.
If
How
we're
many
counting
bosses did I say
DLC,
there were?
you said 14 per chance? No, I'm stupid.
Oh my god.
Ah,
Remember when I said that Remnant 2 had X amount of more bosses than that Remnant 1?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just looking at Lawsome.
Hmm.
I was looking
Well,
at one world of Remnant 2.
Dude, you're kidding. Get
Oh,
the list.
wow.
Get the list. You pull it.
How many
Okay.
more bosses does it have?
Here, I'll show you. I'll stream the list.
That's another thing. I don't think Remnant 1 really had a bad boss that I can think of.
Look, so
I can't
I
remember.
was counting. Oh, hold on. There's also dungeon bosses for Remnant 1. Never mind. World bosses, dungeon bosses. There's plenty for both.
Dude, all of those bosses
then
are
you
a
go
fucking
here.
banger.
This is just Lawsome. Then you go to Nerud. Then you go to Yesha. You go to Labyrinth. There's only 2 bosses in Labyrinth. We couldn't get this boss to spawn.
That's true. We tried. Was there? Let's see the lore on that one. Well, why couldn't we? Was there a reason we couldn't get that labyrinth boss to spawn?
An easy cheese for the Bastion. Just drop down the hole in the center and make sure the Bastion jumps down after you. Go through the portal and run back to the arena, then run to the edge. That's not helpful. Nope.
Useless. He just didn't spawn. He just didn't feel like it.
You just didn't feel like it. It's okay. Which is weird because I got his weapon for it.
Weird.
I don't know. Yeah. We can go back to it, Grady. I don't think we have to. I think we've set our pieces on Remnant 1 versus Remnant 2.
All right, guys. Well, we're hitting our. We're about an hour 18 in. We probably wrap it up in conclusions here, and with a little bit of review, as we do here, with a little bit of conclusion and review. We love reviewing our games as we play them.
Yes.
I guess we'll start here. I loved Remnant 2, guys. I'll be honest with you. I had a great time. It brought some feelings that I haven't felt in a bit while playing. Not never, but not in a while have felt the intensity. It was helped by the difficulty. I felt like if you do want to have a great experience, you should play on, was it Apocalypse or Nightmare? What did we play on?
We were Nightmare. We
Nightmare.
couldn't play Apocalypse yet. We can play it
Yeah.
now.
Okay, Nightmare. The Nightmare difficulty, great place to start. If you want like a top tier experience where you actually it helped with the immersion as well. It did help with that. Help with feeling like my life was on the line constantly because it was. The enemies felt like a threat, but we're still because my biggest problem was when the fucking goons are bullet spongy, like when the fucking ads
Right.
are just annoying, and they weren't that spongy, but they were also pretty they were like the elephant freaks that were tough, and various other enemies.
The dead zone enemies.
Yeah. Oh god, those they tanked my frame rate. I don't know why. Yeah. The aesthetic, the art direction, fucking 10 out of 10. Love the direction they had. Yeah. You just hold your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoy the look of Remnant. Like I said, the story forgettable. It if you're going, you just don't enter Remnant if you're looking to be really engaged in this story. I would probably give it a 9. I think a 9's fair, especially they could go up or down depending on how good the DLC goes. But I feel like as the package, like, and Remnant 2 as a package is a 9, from what we've played. So yeah, I would give it a recommendation. Anybody? Who's up?
Mine will be short. I don't know. Remnant 2, it did do. The one thing I will say Remnant 2 did far better than 1 is that it gave you the opportunity to build your character a lot more than Remnant 1. But the overall vibe of Remnant 1, and I felt it was more vast than 2, in my opinion. I don't know. I just have better memories in Remnant 1. The bosses were better. Had cool boss weapons. Remnant 2 had better boss weapons, but the first one didn't pale behind too much. I just think it takes the edge over it. I give the first one an 8, and I give 2 a 7.
All right.
I don't think that's unfair. I think the way that you've been saying it, I thought you were gonna rate it like a 5.
No, it's a good game. It's just worse than 1.
Off the bat, my rating for 2 is 8.8. I think the story brings it down that 1.2. I think the gameplay experience is a 10. I think the way it makes you feel important to a collective is a 10. It makes each of us had a job to do, and if if one of us lacked, it wasn't working. We would just die, and it'd be a new run, and that felt really cool. I think that the boss design, the world design, the something we hadn't talked about the entire podcast, the music.
That's right.
Killing it.
The music was good.
The
really
music
good.
is fantastic.
Dude, the boss music, dude. The physical Phelan, dude. The fucking like orchestral starts happening.
Yep. Very Souls-like music. At least as far as bosses go. It sucked me into a world for 8 hours, 2 days in a row, and we mentioned it before, but the second day before, when Jimmy was at the gym and Grady was waiting for Jimmy to get back from the gym, I was literally just running around Ward 13, itching to play, itching to get back into it. I was just like, I was running around looking for little secrets. There's only a couple secrets in Ward 13 in the second one. There's a million in the first one. But I was just shooting dummies. I was just ready to get back in. I was fiending. And I think it'll do that to you. It's great.
Very satisfying to hit weak spots in
Yes,
this
it
game. That's why
I like seeing red numbers. I love seeing the red numbers.
Red number
I love the red numbers, man.
Yellow
Well,
number? Big red number?
dude.
Ooh.
Well, okay. What the fuck was yellow number? Because there.
Yellow
Just a
number
Very
is
spot.
yellow number is a crit. Red is a weak spot.
Oh, okay.
Big red is a crit on a weak spot.
Yeah, big red's a crit on a weak spot.
Interesting.
Red's a weak spot.
Gray is
Yellow numbers just have a chance of happening.
Gotcha.
No, like if you're shooting them in the body.
Yeah.
And then white is regular, and then dark gray is armored damage.
Yeah,
Reduced damage.
I didn't know that. I just kind of went and like, okay, if it was yellow or red, that I was doing more damage than normal. That's kind of what I got from it. I couldn't tell.
So you still liked it?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't give a because I was just swinging for the most part, like you saw. I was kind of just when I saw an enemy and I could swing it, I was just swinging at him until he was dead. Guys, if anybody has any more thoughts, nothing, no final. I feel great. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna close out here on the second episode of Gamers Garage, Remnant 2. Go play it if you haven't played it. If you haven't played this one, I think it's an okay place to start. You don't really need to care about the story, but if you really do want to, Remnant 1 is also recommended to play.
Fuck it, I'll play it with you. Go play it.
We got Joey. He'll play with you. All right, guys. Closing out.